Hey guys, real quick, I'm producer Chris, and of course, you know these two guys already.
I'm Glenn.
Jeff. This is our fan mail episode. Yeah, that's Jeff.
It is.
I'm Jeff.
Yeah, he's Jeff, that's Glenn.
He's Glenn.
Sometimes I'm Chris.
Incidentally, interesting fact, when you have kids, your kids will get sick. When your kids get sick, everyone around them gets sick. I am currently sick. Jeff is currently sick.
I'm also sick.
I'm probably gonna be sick.
He will be.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
So I'm kind of forcing them to do this because it's something we kind of talked about. Go ahead and do it. And we got a list of your questions here, so we're gonna go ahead and ask them. Glenn, first one. I think you already answered this a while back, but what's the best route for a veteran who would like to get into gunsmithing?
Well, here's my whole thinking on this gunsmithing thing. Because of popular TV shows on popular gun TV shows, they're not about gunsmithing, but because of popular gun TV shows, everybody wants to go out and be a gunsmith. So there's a lot of people who went to school and are trying to be in school, and actually schools have like a 2-year wait to get in them. So what you're going to be faced with in a couple years is a lot more gunsmiths than there are, places for them to work. So being a gunsmith is fun, it's enjoyable. It's kind of boring sometimes, but it's cool. But I think if you don't already have a foot in the door apprenticing somewhere, you're really going to be hosed in the next couple of years if you're just getting out of school.
Yeah.
Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't studied this trends or statistics or anything, but I agree with Glenn that you need to have some experience. If you're not a veteran of fixing guns, you need to get some experience doing that somehow. And you can get it on your own. You don't, excuse me, you don't have to go to school. And the best way to get experience fixing guns without paying anybody is to get broken guns and fix them, whether it's your buddies or whether you buy some cheapo 22 on Gunbroker and fix it. It doesn't matter, but I would recommend to start off only fix stuff that is in current production that say they have current production parts for.
Work on Remington 1100s.
There's a lot of Remington 1100s that you will fix as a gunsmith, and that's not because Remington 1100s are bad guns. That's just because there's so many of them produced
shoot the piss
and out there.
Yeah, the same thing with the 870s, I would imagine. The 870s are probably
exactly
better.
because in my opinion, 870s are the best pump action shotgun. They're also the most frequently worked on pump action shotgun here at the gunsmith shop. I mean, that's not a correlation saying that they're bad or anything. There's just that many of them out there.
I own one that's 50 years old.
Replace an 870 ejector. Replace the rivets and everything, and that'll cure you of wanting to be a gunsmith pretty quick.
You should read about that before you do it. But yeah, that would be a good high-level gunsmith task of advanced skill setedness. If you know about that, you got a pretty good understanding of what it takes to know about hard jobs on other guns, because that would be an example of a hard job. Now, Brownell sells a special tool or tool set to do that, and they probably have a video on their website where they'll have a guy showing you how to do that. And that's another good thing you can do for free. You get on the Brownell's website and watch all their gunsmithing videos, read all their literature, and you can even download the instructions that come with all their special tools without having to buy the special tools. So that's pretty handy.
Yeah.
All right, next question is, what's the oldest firearm you own, and is there a story behind it?
Chris? I literally have no idea. All of my guns, well, not all, but most of my guns are pretty old. I like the World War II stuff, so I have a bunch of it. So, around the 30s, 40s, I guess. Late 30s, early 40s.
The oldest gun I own is a Winchester 1897 pump action shotgun.
That's old.
And it was passed down through my family. It used to belong to my great grandfather.
Cool.
It's cool, but it's not like an awesome story. But his name was, and that's where my family lived on what became when they did the 911 address system. So it's just from a long time ago, and I still have it, and I shoot it occasionally. And I looked up what year it was made one time, but I can't remember now. It was
See, he doesn't know either.
It was a long time ago. It was like 1900 something, under 10. 1907, yes, something like that. It's old.
The next one is this one's for you, and it's about the other show that you're on. People want to know about you and the challenge coin with Chris Kyle. Was that something the producer set up? Is that something that just happened, or can we talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Screw those guys. Basically, I started talking to Chris. We started talking about stuff, kind of hit it off, and I had challenge coin, and it's kind of a, thing with military people. They're like, oh yeah, I got you. Cool. So I laid down a coin. He didn't have one, which I gotta say, there was a vet in here a couple days ago who laid down a challenge coin on me, and I didn't have one. So I wasn't gonna buy him a beer. We're in a gun shop, that's a party foul. So what I did do was give him a free transfer.
So that's better, a little bit more expensive than
pretty
beer.
happy with
Now,
that.
as a business disclaimer, that's not a valid way to normally get free transfer.
No, go ahead.
So just,
Go ahead and bring in your coin and try and coin check me for a free transfer, because if you catch me, free transfer. If you don't catch me, transfer is doubled. Yeah.
So $50 for transfer.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I do. That's pretty cool.
that works.
So, it's risky.
This is another good one for both of y'all. The 380 ACP is an old caliber. Why do you think the new resurgence in popularity in the last 3 years?
It's a good round, I mean, well, not to put it bluntly, chicks dig it. Girls like it. It's between the recoil of a 9mm and like a, I don't know, 22 or something. But you can actually use the 380 for personal protection. They have self-defense loads, so it's not going to break your wrist. It's less intimidating to someone who doesn't shoot as much or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say, it's the least powerful round and the smallest size pistol you can carry in your pocket that can still effectively kill someone on a pretty relatively reliable way. The 25s and the 32s, they used to be real popular like in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
They suck. Short story.
So pretty much just piss somebody off.
Yeah,
Well,
they can.
That's true, but the 22 is actually responsible for more deaths due to crime than any other
But
caliber.
again, that's one of those statistics things. Just like just because there's more 22s in crime doesn't mean they're awesome. Just like because you work on more 70s doesn't mean they suck. So yeah, I'd say that's just really a stats result. I don't think that's because the rounds more effective.
I think 22s in general, or at least it used to be a little cheaper to own, and
Yeah.
I don't want to say untraceable, but there's just so many out there. But now, trying to find 22 ammo.
Well, that's true. You're not going to kill anybody with ammo you ain't got.
No, I saw somebody selling a box of 50 rounds of 22 the other day for $15.
Did you kick him in the nuts?
No, he was on the internet.
Should've.
But I probably should have.
Should have called him up and said, dude, I'll buy it, man, for $20. And then go up to him, yeah.
And then run. And take the ammo
No,
and run.
why run, man? He's on the floor, Going,
This one actually comes from a guy in Australia that I know. What's the most common mistake people make when cleaning or maintaining a weapon that you end up fixing, and how can it be avoided? And I'll say one of them, and I kind of said it on the vault the other day, using WD-40. Because I watched Jeff pour WD-40 out of a gun the other day that came in from a client.
It was bad.
WD-40 turns to black tar. It's horrible. It's really hard to get off.
Yeah.
Well, that would be the most common, I think. The other common thing we see is people who will work on their 1100s or whatever kind of shotgun that has a piston in it, and they'll put it together and their pistons are reversed or in a weird order or something.
That can be avoided by getting on Google and figuring out how to do that. But the most common problem I see as far as like maintenance, you said, is rust. Like people let stuff rust. Now we're in Southeast Louisiana, so you don't even have to try to get things to rust around here. But a lot of people, especially when they go to store things, they make a mistake like, I'm going to put my gun in a soft case that's like not breathable and then leave that in a closet. That's a bad idea. Anytime you put one in any kind of case, but especially if it's not breathable, like whatever moisture is in there in that case, it's going to stay in there, especially if it's like that fabric, old style canvas kind of case. Moisture likes that. It stays on the wall and stays right up against the steel, and it rusts so bad. So don't do that. If you don't have a proper kind of case to store your gun in, and a proper case, in my opinion, is one that's airtight, and like I said, that'll trap moisture in it if there's any in the air, but that's okay because you put desiccant in there with it, right? You put some fresh desiccant in there, and all that moisture went into the desiccant, and you made sure that wasn't touching the steel. The desiccant's like somewhere off on its own. So that way it gets all the moisture in the air in that case in it, and that's where it stays in that desiccant. And no new moisture comes in because the case is airtight. So that's cool. if you can't do that, it's better to just leave your gun laying exposed to the normal air in the rest of your house than it is to have it in any kind of case.
Or what about like an oil sock?
Oil sock can work if it's a rust inhibiting oil.
Yeah.
You gotta have that too.
But those are only good for a certain time.
Yeah, they are only good for a certain
So
time.
at
Like
some time,
I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna do a product endorsement. I love the hell out of some rust inhibiting grease or rig. That is awesome stuff. It's really old. It's been around since World War II. And Birchwood Casey now owns the rights to it and sells it. It's awesome grease. It is really just sulfonated petroleum. It's not cosmoline, no. It's nothing like
Well,
cosmoline.
you can put cosmoline on your gun and it won't rust.
If you want to get it off later. You can't use cosmoline as a lube. See, that's the cool thing about rig. You can use it as a lube, and the Army actually did. I think in World War II they used to use it as a lube, back when it was the War Department. But it's great stuff. It's sulfonated petroleum jelly is all it is. It's just petroleum jelly that they put sulfur in. Keeps rust from happening wherever it is. It won't evaporate. Stays on there till it rubs off or melts. Great stuff.
I can actually vouch for you about the soft case thing. Back Hurricane Katrina, Rita, one of those two. I had actually sent all my guns up north to my dad because we knew it was going to be bad, and I told him, take them out the case when you get home. Just wipe them down. Just put them in your closet. They'll be fine. Completely forgot to do that. He brought them all back to me, and they're just full of fucking rust. But anyway, get back to the next one.
That's no good.
This one, I think you answered this one online, and I'm guessing this goes towards a Pavlo. But do you prefer left or tail?
Tail, definitely. On the left side, you can shoot at things on the left. You can view things on the left side of the helicopter. Tail, you're going to be in charge of the team, telling them when to go, when not to go, and, putting the ducks out, putting the ropes out, whatever. You're going to be able to have a 180-degree arc of fire, 180-degree field of view. Actually, a little more if you stick your head out and look in front. Tail's the way to go, man. Tail's awesome.
I'd like to fly a helo. I've only flown fixed wing here. There's my answer.
He'd like the tail, too.
I'm not going to mess that up. But do y'all remember what y'all first guns were?
Nope.
Yep. And my first actual gun that wasn't a BB gun, that was like, here you go, that's for you, was a Mossberg 410 pump. I still have it. I thought about selling it one time, and I was probably about 18, and I told myself that's a bad idea. So I'm glad I didn't do that when I was 18, because I'm really proud I still have it. My grandpa bought me that.
Nice.
And the first time I fired it, I kind of skinned my thumb on the safety and was like, that actually has some recoil, because I was probably like 9 or something.
Yeah. I have a similar story. My first pocket knife, my dad gave me was a Swiss Army knife, and he never really taught me how to use it. And the first thing I did was promptly slit my kneecap straight open.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
what were you whittling your knee for?
No, I was trying to cut like a little piece of rope that I found, and instead of going out, well, no, it was aimed towards my knee.
Look, he said he wasn't taught how to use it properly. Okay.
Yeah. So blame my dad.
Mine had too long of a length to pull, and everybody's got their excuse.
Learning has occurred. It's cool.
But
kids, don't whittle towards yourself or cut rope in this direction.
And I'm gonna interject. I also remember my second firearm, which was a Ruger 1022.
Yeah,
I used that one a lot more when I was a kid, so I'd actually recommend that.
I have never owned a Ruger 1022.
Man, they're awesome.
I know. I've never owned one.
That's semi-auto 22.
It's weird, man. Everybody else has, but I haven't. My wife has one. It's a cool gun.
You pretty much put them in anything. I saw they make a MG42, like a costume kit for.
Yeah, they make a lot of custom kits for them.
No, I guess that's what they call them.
They got costume kit. Hey man,
whatever you want to call it.
What was your rank when you left the Air Force?
Staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Staff sergeant.
That's a nice, quick question.
It was easy. Right, I remember.
What's the most important tool for a gunsmith?
Hammer.
Hammer?
Absolutely. Hammer. Several hammers.
Yeah, I have
different weights.
I actually have a little short barrel hammer that I use. It's a full size hammer, and I cut the handle in half. It's awesome.
Notice
how
I
go tappity tap with it.
Notice how he used short barrel and full as adjectives on his hammers.
Next question: how gun friendly is Louisiana compared to other states or countries?
Well, we're great. We can open carry. We can conceal carry. We can have machine guns, suppressors. It's awesome.
It is really quite awesome. I mean, the only real minus we ever had was the dual state registration of NFA, and that went away last year. Thank you, legislators. I'm so happy you guys did a great job.
We got some really good bills coming up too.
We do.
There. We have a shall sign bill that's
Which I'm
coming
stoked about.
Yes.
Yeah. Which we'll have something on that in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah.
We got 2
You'll actually
bills.
see me signing the bill. No,
No, that'd be gentle, but we could probably be there.
I could ask him.
Yeah, we could.
Chris is really not patting us on the back because when he says we actually did help work with the legislator to get the wording and everything.
It was kind of
So
cool.
it was pretty cool. I'd never done anything like that either. So
Making
good stuff.
history here.
Pretty soon I'm going to run for office, dog catcher. But I like dogs, so I'll catch them and release them. Catch and release. Catch and release. That's the way to go, man.
Are you guys going to do any meetups with any other gun pages or video series in the future?
Beats the hell out of me. He runs that kind of stuff, you tell me.
Right now, talking with friends over at Nolatac in New Orleans. Probably going to come down, do a little video with us there. Our good friends over at Tactical Shit, TJ and Sig and all the other
Said a
guys.
bad word.
Well, that's their name. But those guys are probably going to make their way down here sometime next year. And the girls for Gunslingers, their creator's probably going to come down here at some point, which we're really happy. We really like Danny. She's hot. I know she's married, but I don't care.
Oh, that's harsh, man.
Well, I shouldn't say it because the guy's big. He could whip
not
my
the
ass.
point, man.
I know, but
Party foul.
See,
she's
I-
still hot.
Yeah, it's like I care, but I'm glad she said she was hot because I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
she-
can
yeah,
say
she's
that.
hot. Yeah, she's hot.
All right.
Yeah, you
It's
can
awesome.
say that. There's no foul there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your inspiration for getting into firearms, and who is someone you look up to in the gun world?
Oh man, there's a lot of people. Inspiration for getting firearms?
For getting into.
Oh, getting into. Oh, I was wondering. Well, my grandfather and my father both kind of, had a gun stuff, so I kind of naturally went to the gun side of things. Hugo Schmeischer invented some great stuff, dude. Really great stuff. I'm not saying he invented the AK-47,
But he had an influence.
but he probably did. So,
His big
My
hair history
personal
channel.
feeling. yeah, conspiracy theories, man. But I'm just, throwing that out there. Read the facts and come to your own conclusion.
But you're the professor from DeVry University on those kinds of things.
Like
That's
Kyle of DeVry University.
It's a
Yeah.
South Park reference. We love South Park.
That's true. South Park is good.
Yeah, that's a funny episode.
Can you do a South Park voice? Sick? I can't.
It's really difficult. I have to try not to.
Cat!
Like, damn it, Cad. Yeah, I can't do it.
No,
I'm
you
too
can't
sick.
do it.
Yeah.
Normally you can do a good one, and sometimes I can do a good one. Like I can do Mr. Hanky pretty good because I'm a big turd. But right now I can't. See, it just comes out nothing.
Yeah, so on the question, like I didn't have anybody that was just really inspirational to me. Like you said, I had a grandpa. I didn't have a dad, but
I
grandpa
think
showed me
everybody's
guns.
got a grandpa.
Yeah, it was
At
my-
some point.
It's just my dad wasn't around, so I had grandpa, which was cool. And he was like, "Hey, son, these are guns," and I'm like, "Good guns are cool. I like that."
Guns
So I got
are
into
boys.
that, and then it was really just the guns. I didn't really have a particular historical person until I found out about John Browning. I'm like,
Yeah.
that guy, that's
Yeah, he's
awesome.
cool. Oh,
Uh,
Maxim.
Maxim.
Maxim was
Yeah.
cool.
And it's always interesting.
Hiram Maxim?
Hiram Maxim. He also invented suppressors, which he
Oh,
called
sure.
silencers. So when you hear people, they're like, "Hey, it's not a sound suppressor, dude. It's it's not a silencer. It's a sound suppressor." And you're like, "Really?" Because the guy who invented it called it a silencer, and the ATF, do you own one? Because it says silencer on your paperwork if you do. So it's like, yeah, I don't care.
It still
what you
drives
call
me nuts. So it does.
it.
But hey,
Will we ever discuss politics on the show? I've always said no. There's enough pages out there for
Yeah.
it.
but
Maybe
it's like
legislation.
talking about religion.
Like,
Then you open up a whole can of worms with that.
Yeah.
We just, everybody's got their opinion. I got mine. He's got his. He's got
I mean,
his.
I'll share. It's like, hey, repeal the 1986 Hughes Amendment,
Yes.
please. Thank
No,
you.
we'll talk about that kind of gun laws. We'll talk
That's
about that all
politics.
day long.
Yeah.
But it's skirting politics. It's not like, it's not like we come out here and say, "Oh man, Obama sucks," because we wouldn't do that because we don't discuss politics.
Yeah, I don't want to get a visit by the Secret Service.
They're
Why
secret.
not?
How would you know?
That's cool, dude. Secret Service is like there at your house. You can ask them questions.
That's
You're like, hey man, y'all still carry SIG 229s? That's cool with those hood grips on yours?
Hey man, good job with Reagan.
Yeah, awesome,
Yeah.
man. I'm glad y'all got away from the Uzis in the briefcase. That was a good call.
Yeah, I heard.
Like it's
heard
the
you should
Broxy
really ask him-
P90s, you know.
Yeah, I heard you should really ask him about the bush show throwing incident. I heard they love that.
Are you talking about where they threw the native bush?
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
The
There's a
shoot.
shoot.
Oh.
There's a shoot.
Oh,
There's a
okay,
shoot.
okay. Well, I read about where they threw the native bush, and they said the reason it didn't go off was because the dumb guy that threw it, he had it wrapped in like a rag, and it was like a Soviet-style RGD-5 grenade. And they actually,
Spoon couldn't go.
well, they don't use just a spoon.
Oh,
They
really?
have this little cylindrical thing, and it has to pop up like with authority in order to arm the grenade. Well, the rag interfered with the velocity that could pop up, and therefore it didn't start the fuse train.
Luckily,
so it was like dud.
Luckily, America's enemies aren't really that smart.
That's a good thing.
They're horrible shots,
We're
dude.
gonna get a response ad from the Taliban, which would be awesome.
You know what? If you're the Taliban, these nuts. I ain't scared of you.
What guns do y'all want to do in the future, or would like to do on the show?
I got a couple I'm building right now. A brand PE-57. There's a couple I built that we're going to be filming. Beretta 38A. What else I got over there? Just a whole bunch of stuff, man. We got, you name it, we're going to try and get it. And a friend of mine let me borrow his gun, which is really, really a cool gun. So hopefully we can make that happen.
Yeah, I hope so. We need to do that soon.
It's like, are we starting a wish list? Because I'd love to
Yeah.
do like a
Yeah,
minigun.
we are.
Because I've never shot a minigun.
They're
I'd like
fun.
to do like FN Mark 48. You know, really, I'd like to go through like machine guns of SOCOM and talk about like the original M60 all the way up through like the E3,
Ooh,
E4,
M60.
and then
Yeah,
the
I'd
Mark
like to get one.
48. That'd be cool.
So if anybody's a fan
Mark
of the
19
show
auto
and you
grenade
have,
launcher.
if you have any, I would like,
Yeah.
and you would like us to do those because we don't get them in the shop, but you know,
Yeah,
you can send it to us.
Well, here's the way the things work with our little TV show that's not on TV. We either build the guns, for customers or for us, and when we use other people's guns, we say, hey man, we do the gunner's vault, can we borrow your gun and, put some rounds to it on camera. And they're usually cool. Nobody's turned us down yet. And in fact, some people are bringing stuff down and we get to use it, which is really cool. So we don't just like get a gun in and go out and abuse the hell out of it. We actually take really good care of it. We go to pains to take care of it. You'll find that most of our videos, we don't shoot them much because some of them aren't ours. And beyond, like, we incorporate a test fire and filming at the same time, that kind of, you just don't want to abuse somebody else's gun, and that we find that's the best way to do it.
We treat it like it was ours,
Yeah.
lovingly. Like if anyone was to, I don't know, bring us a Swick boat with like miniguns and 240s and stuff, we'd make sure it was running fresh water. We'd clean the hull, lube the weapons and everything. No, are we done with the ad?
Jeff will do all of that
Yeah,
for you.
just bring us that cool stuff.
And that's going to be it for the questions. Any parting advice to people besides don't use WD-40?
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah.
That's like
Drive safe. Don't drink and drive.
Don't
Don't drink and shoot either.
Always wear a condom. Let me think. Never whittle towards yourself. We covered that.
Yeah.
Always wear safety glasses. Eye protection, ear protection. If you're weed eating, wear steel-toed boots.
And you might want to double plug, in indoor ranges. Like some people are like, oh man, is that guy double plugging? That's like wussing out. No, dude. Like if it's loud with your like big plugs or your little plug, you double plug. It's okay.
Unless you're deaf like me.
Yeah. Well, see, I like those electronic hearing amplification ear pro. That's great when you double plug because you just crank the volume up on the outer one and you're like, dude, it's good. Like no hearing damage. It's awesome. You can hear everybody.
Usually I just shove a couple foamies in my head. Call it good.
Yeah.
But again, that depends on your level of deafness.
Yeah. I mean, like he's old, like his ears are already.
Yeah, they're shot. Yeah. Helicopters, guns. Yeah, I can't hear nothing.
The only other thing I'd add is if you know somebody who's known to conceal carry whatever, don't scare them.
Yeah.
For the love of God, don't do that. I almost discharged at my house once because of that.
And it was a cute little chihuahua that attacked him,
Little
It's
bastards.
horrible.
If you want
Bit my ankle.
if you want to practice your draw, if you want to practice anything using a live firearm, that's a good idea. Just make sure it's unloaded like 3 times.
Yeah, because you don't want to be that
And
genius that
don't
shoots
have
in the
loaded
leg.
mags around either. He's like, I'm gonna work on my reloads. Yeah, with loaded mags. Be careful. You know, you can actually buy those for some guns. They sell like those red training mags,
Yeah,
and they
snap
actually
caps.
are the same. No, not the snap cap. It might be the same company. But I'm talking about a mag. It's the same weight as a loaded mag.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
like what
that's
I have for that cert gun.
Yeah,
that
there you go.
training.
And
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
don't sell
plus.
that for your gun, you know, you can get dummy rounds. You know, if you reload or if you have a buddy that reloads, you can make dummy rounds that weigh the same thing, but they're just filled with like sand or something with already fired primers. You can like spray paint them red.
Ooh.
You can train with those.
I got one more.
You know,
Always wear clean underwear because you never know if you'll get in a car wreck or not. It's important.
I agree
Ask
with
your
that.
mom. It's true.
All right, that'll do it. Just real quick, thanks to our friends over at Tactical Shit. I know I said a bad word.
You did.
Our friends over at Girls for Gunslingers, Team Logic IT, probably Jace, who does all of our
Yeah,
painting.
precision coating.
Precision
He does
coating.
real good work.
all those people you see on our banners.
Yeah.
We love them. That's just to catch all. Hey, that's not one of the 7 bad words you can't say on TV or radio, is it?
What's the internet?
Should.
You can say what the hell
I don't
you
know.
want.
You can say
There
it
you
now.
go.
Because like
But is
South
it-
Park does it.
Aren't
all
there
the time.
7 though? Isn't that like
Yeah,
the
there's
FCC
7.
list?
Yeah,
See,
there's-
I knew something about broadcasting. That just happened.
Dude, you're getting too close to TV. Slow down, man. Slow down.
It's the internet.
It's the internet. Actually, you can do whatever you want. We could like,
That's why he said, because he works in broadcasting.
yeah.
Well, it's going up on YouTube, so we can't really do porn. I don't want to do porn. I don't
Y'all
have-
don't want me to do
Yeah,
porn.
no.
No, I'm old. Y'all don't want me to do porn.
So like I said, any donations,
I know,
we'll take
Ron
care of it
Jeremy.
like it was our own.
Yeah, yeah. Send us guns. Send us guns. Or tanks. I got a buddy of mine who owns a tank with a live gun. Hopefully we can get that done, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. But we have a lot of stuff in the future. We're hoping to have a longer run. As of right now, we've got over 40 videos that are out. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
didn't realize
We got a
that.
couple more in waiting in the wings. One I don't think we'll ever release. Is it the
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, we
no.
won't. No.
And let me answer a
No.
question, because I know somebody just asked it out there. If you have a live gun on a tank, that's a destructive device.
Very much
Okay? I caught your vibe, so I answered
Yeah.
that for you.
so. It's just basically just like having a piece of artillery or a 40 millimeter
Destructive
grenade
device.
launcher or something like that.
Carl Gustav, RPG-7.
Having
destructive
shot that
device.
kind of stuff, very, very destructive, but very, very cool. Trouble is, we can get artillery, we have access, we just don't have a place to shoot it.
Lafayette's a very flat area.
Yeah, if
So-
we shot around here, it really would go for 2 miles and keep going like a 22. Like 22 is supposed to.
Like, the primer on that thing is more powerful than a 22.
It's bigger than a 22.
Yeah.
The primers are fun to pop on them. I did
No,
that
they-
once. It's fun.
Not on a 90 millimeter.
No.
cannon.
No. I'm
It's-
talking about on
it's
22.
real. It's like, now that's a cartridge. You know,
Oh.
like that's what.
Put this in perspective, a 90 millimeter tank round is actually holding 8 pounds of powder on average.
That's a lot of black cats.
And they can fire, you know, high explosive projectiles.
No, they can't. Well, they can, but that's a whole other
Yeah.
Like,
then you got an
video.
explosive
enchilada
license.
you don't want to get into.
Yeah.
You need a magazine,
Yeah,
explosive
that's
license.
explosive license.
Each
And the
round is a
projectile
destructive
themselves is a
device.
destructive device, not
Yeah.
just the weapon firing it. So it's all kinds of
So-
licensing.
You see a bunch of like, you know, pew stuff on TV, and they'll go. Yeah.
You see a lot of
It's
CGI stuff in movies.
Well, it's not CGI. It's just that's command det stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I guess.
But no, I mean in movies you see a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because I did like the RPG-7, like Denzel, Man on Fire, and it was like, I'm gonna fire my RPG-7 out of this apartment complex window. It's like, no,
I'm kind
dude,
of disappointed
you
by
just
that. He was
blow
never on
like
fire.
your blood would be running out your ears. It'd be horrible.
No, but he did
This
blow
was
up a
before
guy
they
that
came
put
out with the
charge
confined
up his
space
ass.
RPG.
Did he?
Yeah, you
I've
remember
actually
they-
never
it was like-
seen it. I
oh,
just heard
really?
he wasn't on fire.
Oh. Well, he wasn't on fire, but he did blow somebody up.
Oh.
Yeah.
He took a.
Yeah.
That's a
Sabotage.
whole nother.
But they didn't believe he was going to do it. That was the most unbelievable part. I'm like, I can't believe that they don't believe he's going to do it because, like, they know it's true. Cause, you know, because
You
We
know
should
the man
do
ain't
movie
right.
reviews.
yeah,
We should.
do movie
Yeah.
reviews.
What'd you think of Star Wars?
Obviously, I love Star Wars.
He's got a shirt.
Now, I don't like
I
the
love Star
prequels,
Wars.
but I like the
Choose
original,
on.
unedited Star Wars when Han shoots first. That is really hard to find a copy of in 1080p. But if you were to go to certain websites that I won't name and search for Star Wars Despecialized Edition, you're gonna want to do that because that may result in a 1080p copy unedited.
Yeah, with J.J. Abrams he's supposed to be doing the new Star Wars, and somebody put online that if it up, that he's got
another bad one. Swear jar.
Well, he's. But if he screws up, they're going to start calling him Jar Jar Abrams.
This actually happened to me at the previous gun store I worked at. Not that one, not the jacket colored one. The one I worked at before. This dude came in wearing a flak vest and commenced to looking around, and made me a little nervous. And then he started, kind of looking around, squirrely like. Don't do that in a gun store. No. Because, man, right off the bat, you're kind of geared all the time. If you got cool class 3 stuff, especially, then somebody's going to come in and try and rob you. Because, unfortunately, it's the world we live in. And if you come in a flak jacket and you're being real suspect, yeah, you're pretty much, you're on the top of the chain for getting looked at there.
But, honestly, if they're going to come in and rob us, I mean, I like guys that drop hints about their intentions. That's cool. It's like
you got a round chambered and it pointed underneath the deck.
See, I don't talk about tactics like that, dude. It's OPSEC. Don't shake your baby.
Oh, that's another one. Don't shake your baby.
Don't shake babies.
I have baby. I don't
kills
shake
them.
That's true. Or messes them up real bad.
Don't do it.
Or don't drop them on the head. We kind of.
Well, that goes along with shaking. Oh man. Oh, Jimmy. Oh well.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
See, that's Jimmy. Jimmy, come say hi.
Come on, Jimmy.
Get on camera, Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy. This is Jimmy. He
Jimmy.
works
Jimmy.
Yeah. So anytime you see us reference Jimmy in a video, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy.
I think we've covered all the stuff we need to cover, and I've
some.
probably talked myself into a little hole, and people are going to be mad at me for something.
But it's okay. You're sick and you're a little medicated.
Jamie's gonna be mad at you about that transfer thing if you lose.
Transfer.
But she'll be happy if you win.
That's true. The coin check transfer. Hey, game on, man. Bring it.
You might want to just take that coin, tape it underneath something right by the window.
Like surgically implanted in your skin.
You got to come out of your wallet and lay on the table. Or you come out of your pocket, really.
Just don't pull it out of your ass.
I can't pull it out. You can do that too if man,
somebody
if you're
really
so inclined. Who am I to judge?
So I guess our next video is going to be weird things that have happened in the shop, or.
Well, it'll be a video.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is write stuff down. Start writing stuff down.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's weird.
We'll do a dramatization.
Because I won't remember it. And we'll do a dramatization. A skit, if you will.
Yeah,
you know what it'll be? Reality TV.
Just don't call us to get on that list on purpose. We'll know and we'll take you off the list.
Yeah, that's
don't think
true.
we're playing.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't play.
I took a psychology class. I'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm going to end it on that note. Alright, we're getting into blooper territory. We haven't had bloopers in a while, though.
So, yeah, exactly. So it's like you're all, it's bad. No, it's okay.
You want
Make
a
up your
blooper?
mind, Chris.
Hello, America.
Just bide your time till we get to bring it back and make it better.
Yeah,
You'll like it.
We're doomed.
You'll see.
No.
And if you don't like it, you're not on our team.
All
You're
right.
like Daniel Jackson, you gotta find the 5th symbol or something.
It's 7?
Yeah, you're right. See, the fact that you know that.
Dude, I like Stargate.
That was a test. I think you just made a noise.
Yeah, it just turned on.
Something beeped.
It had a full battery.
Something beeped.
It might be like my phone. It has the full battery, and then the next second,
What
it
is
has a
all this
5% battery because it hates me.
going on? I have
Old cures are the best cures, they say.
old grandpa.
Hey, let me tell you though, my grandma tried to swab my throat with methylate one time. I had a strep throat.
The
I got
hell?
rushed. Yeah, that old monkey blood stuff with the mercury.
Oh, I know exactly what it is.
I retract my previous
I went to the
statement.
hospital that night with 103 fever.
I bet you did.
Just I started getting poisoned. Then we told her about it. She's like, "Oh, them doctors, they don't know nothing."
They don't know nothing. That
They don't know
mercury,
that.
that works real
Well,
good.
well, I was kind of getting mercury poison.
I never go to their hospital. There are only sick people in hospital, and they die. Don't go in there. You be sick and die.
That is true,
Yeah.
actually.
I can say this stuff, but she don't even know it. She can barely work her cell phone. She's got the ones with the big buttons.
That was the bug with the jitterbug phone. Is that it?
I think it's an Obama phone.
Jitterbug? No, it's probably not an Obama phone. No, you know why I know it's not an Obama phone? Because it probably works sometime. Oh, wait, no politics.
I might have to cut that one out.
Well, it's like his website. That doesn't work either. Alright.
Alright. Fun times at the gun shop.
Awesome. Good talk, guys. Good talk.